Matt, recently you played this game called Lemnis Gate, which I would like to call Battle Chess. And now we're going to watch a full game and you're going to talk us through what the hell is going on. I hope, anyway.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter that's somehow turn-based, which is a weird concept in itself.
I never thought I'd hear that just from a first-person shooter perspective.
Exactly, and it's a very weird game to describe, but you just saw there, I took one turn. So, in this game, each player takes turns in playing a 25-second loop, essentially, of a battle. So this battle that you're seeing here never lasts for more than 25 seconds. And I took my turn, and now the other player is taking their turn of 25 seconds. And on this map in particular, we've got an objective. There's three things to sort of capture. An A, a B, and a C, and a D, I think, as well. And it's about getting those in so your opponent doesn't. So we've both taken our first turn, and now what you'll see is that we will take our turns again, but the original turns will still happen.
Yeah, so does the order change? Because if you go first, are you at a disadvantage?
At a sense you are, but you also get to make the first move. So it's a bit like chess in that sense, in terms of...
I guess, maybe, yeah.
If you go second, you're always reacting to what the other person did. So there's a bit of a trade-off here. I will say I was playing this... I was streaming this game, so there's a little bit of input lag.
Is there?
I promise I'm not that bad. But yeah, so you take it in turns, and it's about constantly reacting to what the person before you has just done.
Okay, so I see what you did there. You shot into where they would go to score, just in case a future player, a turn, goes to try and score, and you can get some bullets on him, like that kind of thinking. Is it like five-head thinking?
You've got to be thinking like 2, 3, 4 turns ahead at times. And obviously this was my first game playing it, and at this point you're still sort of just reacting to what they've done before. But you did see right at the beginning of the video I threw down a shield just before. You can see it on the left hand side of the screen there. There was no one there at that point, but it did save my character from getting killed in that first turn.
Okay, that's really clever.
Yeah, it's really clever. Like I'd heard about this game before playing it, but I couldn't quite get my head around how it would work. And getting my hands on it finally, it just works. It's surprising that no one's already done this. Like, it's so good, if I'm honest. And yeah, you can see there, I knew they'd captured D at one point. I threw down a proximity mine and then took out the player. So that mine will always be there now, unless they take me out first. And
oh, shit, okay. Yeah.
So, as well as that, each time you take a turn, so when they're taking a turn, you're controlling this little drone.
Just to kind of get a feel for the landscape, right? And see what they're doing and see how everything's playing out.
Yeah, to see what they're doing with their new turn so you can plan against it. But obviously there's so many things going on that you can't always keep track of every small thing that's happening. So you'll see here, his number 3 now is coming down to D to try and take out my player before they took out.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, but he didn't.
Yeah, and he didn't manage to save him, but he managed to capture D, which he's taking back now. So it's this constant sort of trading back and forth.
Okay. So do you get 5 turns each? Is that what the markers are on the top?
Yeah, and then obviously you've also got this range of sort of like almost like Overwatch style characters to choose from, and each one has a different sort of speciality. So you've got one that lays down turrets, which is good to do like on the first turn of a game. Is you can start laying down turrets that might come into play later, or just sort of mess with how the other person plays. This character I've got here has a boost ability, so this is really good for cutting off another player before they can do something. So I managed to take out this guy before he can take out my character, which means I capture D again. So it's that sort of trading back and forth of turns, and there's a lot of strategy to it. There's a surprising amount of strategy to it.
Yeah, I can see, yeah. But like, you can play it so many different ways as well, right? You can technically, from the off, just decide to score and then save your last couple of characters to try and destroy whoever, as many enemies in that one turn, right? So, but then you can also kind of set up defense as well. So there's different ways to play and kind of strategize, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Like I said, early on in the game, I was very much reacting to exactly what they'd done on their previous turn, which wasn't maybe the best strategy. But
that's the natural strategy, though, right? Isn't it, to just react? Otherwise, unless you're really into it, and you can kind of go, right, this player's gone there, so what I can do is go there, grab a point, and take them out before they score. It becomes a bit of a game of cat and mouse, I guess.
Yeah, and also you don't want to start setting up too much of your own thing. So if you're like, oh, I'm not going to react to what they're doing, I'm just going to control my game.
Yeah.
But if you set up a load of things and that in one turn or two turns they take it out with like one fell swoop, then you're sort of stuck at that point. So it's about keeping that balance. And it's also about not messing up your previous turns.
Yeah, true. I guess timing as well. Like, if you have 3 or 4 people going through to score within 3 or 4 seconds of one another, the enemy can just set up and take out all of those 4 in one go. So you've kind of got to go different ways and end up at different times. Otherwise, one kind of character can screw you over.
Yeah, you don't want a single grenade from someone else to be able to take out all 3 of your characters.
Exactly. Like, look at that. Right, if he was clever, he'd drop a turret, get over there quickly, drop a turret, and just take out all of your guys, because they're all at that point, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. It's really fascinating, and there's a point at some point in this game as well where he somehow messed up. The guy I was playing against, he somehow messed up, and I ended up grabbing one of my older runs, grabbed the objective.
Oh, because they dropped the objective.
Yeah, they dropped the objective. I wasn't trying to get it, but my older runs ran over it and ran back to the base and managed to score a point. There's a lot to it, and it's there's a nice amount of strategy to take on, but the actual shooting itself is pretty decent as well. Like, even playing on stream, so again, little bit of input lag with there, which isn't ideal.
Yeah,
it was a really tight shooter, and it has that sort of that Overwatch or that Team Fortress style mentality where each character plays completely differently and has a real niche in how they work, which is perfect for a game like this, because it's a bit. You said chess earlier, didn't you?
Battle chess.
And it sort of works in that sense because each character is like a different chess piece.
Yeah.
They move in different ways. They accomplish different goals, and you can see here. I've not quite clocked that each character has 5 of each item. I don't think either of us have. So like you can throw down 5 of those shields quite quickly, or 5 of those turrets.
Oh my god! You could just literally just run over to their base and set up 5 turrets to stop them scoring.
Well, you can, but this is the weird thing you've got to think about: is by the time you've got to their base, you're only in the last 10 seconds of the round.
Yeah, true.
So it's almost like you want to get the turret one, especially I had to get my head around, because it's like you want to get that down earlier rather than later.
Yeah.
To start like nicking at people as they're running around the course of the game.
Yeah, and defense as well, just across the board, right? If you can drop one fairly central, like it's a good defense for trying to get a few pot shots on whoever's running around the side.
Yeah, and you've really got to think, because 25 seconds is not a long time, and you've also only got 25 seconds to choose which character you're going to use as well. Yeah. So it's not just chess; it's speed chess.
Yeah,
the thing.
Yeah,
so
you've got to kind of be prepared, right?
There's definitely times watching this back that I'm like, why did I choose that character? I could have gone for the guy with the grenade or something like that. But in the moment, you're desperately trying to choose a character who will help you in the moment, but you also don't want to eliminate them from your future rounds as well, because once you've used them, you can't pick them again.
Oh, okay. So you got 5 classes that you can use once, basically.
Yeah, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes. But you can only use them once. You can see Vendetta on the right there.
It's greyed out.
Is greyed out now, so you can't use them again. So yeah, there's a decent amount to think about, and like here as well. I thought this was really interesting. I didn't realise I could do this, but I put a shield on the character, which stuck on them while they were running around.
Oh wow, that is cool. Yeah,
that is cool. And if they were killed in an earlier round, my character,
it might
if you put the shield on them,
yeah. Oh my god.
Even if the shield doesn't last, the enemy will stop shooting at your character once they're dead.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you almost need to think, like, if you shoot a character dead, do you just keep shooting at them after that for a little bit longer in case they get a shield later? And you just saw it there, actually, when I was playing as Carl. if you get killed on your run, if say like a turret was down and you get killed by it, you can keep playing. You keep playing that 25 seconds out, because on a future run you might not die.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that is clever. That is really clever.
Honestly, there's so many layers to this that I barely got the chance to scratch the surface. And this is just in the one-on-one match you're seeing here.
Yeah, I saw when I was going through the video, there's a 2-on-2 where you take turns with a friend or somebody else.
Yeah, and that's an interesting one. That's obviously you're sort of taking turns, so it's fun, but you're waiting on a lot of other people to make their moves first.
Yeah.
So you're waiting on both the other team and your mate to make a move before you go again. The more interesting one, I think, is the 2-on-2 where both you and your teammate make your moves simultaneously.
Oh my god, that would be hectic. Yeah, that sounds great.
It's very hectic. And also, like, when you're using the drone, if the other team, go off in two separate directions, you can only follow one of them, and you've sort of got to coordinate with your teammate to make sure they know what the other person is doing. You don't want to both be following one of the other enemies. It's a really fantastic concept for a game, and it feels like a concept that could be pulled off a bit poorly, but they did a really good job here. It just works, and it looks like chaos, and it occasionally feels like chaos, but there's a real great element to it. You can see he fell off the edge there, which now there you can see now my guy got A.
Oh wow, look at this.
There.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a game of tug and war, isn't it? They can just be going one way, and then one move, one life can just completely just flip it around.
Yeah, and in a later game, the enemy accidentally saved my life because they put a shield down to protect their teammate in one of the 2-on-2 games.
Yeah.
But the shield stopped the teammate from being able to shoot.
Oh shit, okay.
And saved one of my characters, which took out one of the objectives. So it's
did you just pick that up before them as well?
Yes. So I used the speed character to grab it before they could grab it.
That's genius.
So you don't need to necessarily take out the other player. You just need to sort of honestly, there's so many layers to it. I keep saying that, but I can imagine the people who are going to be good at this game are going to be so good at this game.
Like proper kind of big brain moves, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't even think about that.
The stuff that's not going to play out until the 5th round that they start in the first one, and it's going to be ridiculous. But yeah, there's just nice stuff like that. And when you've got 5 seconds left of a round and you've got nothing else to do, I was just shooting into the distance to see if it would, because that's just like a turret there, isn't there, for 5 more seconds of you shooting to sort of distract the enemy. So yeah, there's it's great. It's really good. This is a super early build as well. I mean, this is I think this is alpha or pre-beta.
Okay.
Or beta. This is very early on, so there's still room to improve, and I imagine it'll get graphically more impressive and stuff. But in terms of that core concept, it's great. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's due out 2021. We don't have an exact date yet, but who knows? No. By the time this video comes out, and the fact that E3 will have happened, there might be a date. It'd be cool. Yeah, definitely intrigued to see more of it. And you know what? And no disrespect to you, Matt, but to see some high-level play. I'm not saying that this isn't high-level play, but you know what I mean? When you watch chess, you want to see chess masters. I feel like it could become that level, where people are literally thinking 5 moves ahead.
I don't watch a lot of esports or anything like that, but I would watch this. I think I would really watch this.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, because it's quite easy to understand as well, right? Just got to grab the points.
Especially when as the more you play as well, the more you do get the hang of it. I can't believe I won this one as well. He grabbed defeat from the jaws of victory more than once.
Well done. But yeah, like we said, it's out sometime in 2021. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for that, Matt, and we'll see everyone next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.